Welcome to today's session. In this session, we'll be exploring interview as a research tool. Please make sure to watch the entire video carefully and take notes on the key points discussed. At the end of the presentation, you'll be tested with a set of multiple choice questions, MCQs, based on the content covered. Let's first understand the concept of an interview. The interview is a widely used research tool in education research, providing rich and in-depth qualitative data. It allows researchers to explore individuals' perspectives, experiences, beliefs, and attitudes in a structured or flexible manner. Through interviews, researchers can obtain insights into complex educational phenomena that might not be easily captured through surveys or observations. Definition and purpose of interviews. An interview is a qualitative research method that involves direct, face-to-face, telephone, or online conversations between a researcher and a participant. The purpose of an interview in education research is to collect detailed information about students, teachers, administrators, or other stakeholders' perspectives on various educational topics. Interviews help researchers to understand individual experiences and perceptions, gain insights into educational practices and policies, explore underlying reasons behind behaviors and attitudes, supplement and validate data collected through other methods such as surveys and observations. What are the various characteristics of an interview? 1. Interactivity. Interviews involve direct interaction between the researcher and the participant, allowing for real-time responses and follow-ups. 2. Flexibility. The format can be adapted to the needs of the research, ranging from structured to unstructured approaches. 3. Depth and detail enables an in-depth understanding of complex issues that might not be captured through other data collection methods. 4. Subjectivity. Responses are influenced by the participants' personal experiences, perceptions, and emotions. 5. Nonverbal cues. In face-to-face interviews, researchers can observe gestures, facial expressions, and body language, adding context to responses. 6. Customizability. Questions can be tailored based on the participant's role, experience, or expertise. 7. Richness of data. Interviews generate qualitative data that provide deeper insights than quantitative methods. 8. Time-consuming. Conducting, transcribing, and analyzing interviews requires significant effort and resources. 9. Potential for bias. Interviewers' tone, phrasing, or reactions may inadvertently influence responses. Types of interviews. Interviews in education research can be classified based on their structure and mode of administration. The first classification is based on structure. 1. Structured interviews follow a predetermined set of standardized questions. Ensures consistency across all participants. Useful for large-scale studies where comparability is needed. Example: an interviewer asks all teachers the same set of questions about their teaching methodologies. 2. Semi-structured interviews include predefined questions but allow flexibility for follow-up questions. Provide deeper insights while maintaining some level of standardization. Example: a researcher asks principals about school management strategies but allows them to elaborate freely. 3. Unstructured interviews. No predefined set of questions, rather, it follows a conversational approach. Suitable for exploratory studies. Example: a researcher engages in an open discussion with students about their learning challenges. The second classification of interview. Based on mode of administration, 1. Face-to-face interviews allow for direct interaction and observation of nonverbal cues. Best suited for in-depth qualitative studies. 2. Telephone interviews convenient for reaching distant participants. Limited by the absence of visual cues. 3. Online interviews, video conferencing or chat-based useful in remote or global research. Technology dependent but offers flexibility and cost efficiency. Advantages of using interviews. Limitations of interviews. 1. Time consuming. Conducting and transcribing interviews requires significant time and effort. 2. Potential for bias. Interviewer bias may influence responses through tone, wording, or reactions. 3. Limited generalizability. Small sample sizes make it difficult to generalize findings to larger populations. 4. Participant reluctance. Some individuals may hesitate to share personal or sensitive information. 5. Resource intensive. Requires trained interviewers and sometimes travel or technology costs. Dear viewers, let's solve some important multiple choice questions based on the presentation. 1. What is the primary purpose of using interviews in educational research? A. To collect numerical data. B. To measure student performance quantitatively. C. To explore individuals' perspectives and experiences. D. To replace all other research methods. Answer. C. To explore individuals' perspectives and experiences. 2. Which of the following is not a characteristic of an interview? A. Flexibility. B. Standardized responses only. C. Interactivity. D. Richness of data. Answer. B. Standardized responses only. 3. What is the key feature of a semi-structured interview? A. It has no pre-planned questions. B. It strictly follows a questionnaire. C. It includes predefined questions but allows flexibility for follow-up questions. D. It does not allow researchers to probe for more details. Answer. C. It includes predefined questions but allows flexibility for follow-up questions. 4. Which type of interview is most suitable for exploratory research? A. Structured interview. B. Semi-structured interview. C. Unstructured interview. D. A closed-ended interview. Answer. C. Unstructured interview. 5. In which type of interview can researchers analyze nonverbal cues such as facial expressions and gestures? A. Telephone interview. B. Online text-based interview. C. Face-to-face interview. D. Email-based interview. Answer. C. Face-to-face interview. 6. Which of the following types of interviews is most likely to generate standardized responses? A. Unstructured interview. B. Semi-structured interview. C. Structured interview. D. Focus group interview. Answer. C. Structured interview. 7. What is a key limitation of telephone interviews? A. They allow interviewers to observe body language. B. They are highly cost-effective. C. They can lead to misunderstandings due to lack of visual cues. D. They eliminate all response biases. Answer. C. They can lead to misunderstandings due to lack of visual cues. 8. What is a focus group interview? A. An interview where only one participant is interviewed at a time. B. A group interview where participants discuss a topic in the presence of a moderator. C. A structured interview conducted via email. D. A type of interview used only for psychological studies. Answer B. A group interview where participants discuss a topic in the presence of a moderator. 9. In qualitative research, interviews are primarily used to collect which type of data? A. Numerical data. B. Standardized survey data. C. In-depth descriptive data. D. Graphical data. Answer C. In-depth descriptive data. 10. What is an advantage of conducting online interviews? A. It is easier to observe participants' nonverbal communication. B. It allows for wider geographic reach and flexibility. C. It completely eliminates all forms of bias. D. It is always the best method for gathering qualitative data. Answer B. It allows for wider geographic reach and flexibility. Thank you, don't miss out. Subscribe now to my YouTube channel, Education and Teacher Education, for insightful content and valuable resources.